Hey guys, my name is Janae and I work here at the Glennon House. I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that I've encountered while working at this healing ministry. So there's a question that I like to ask people often. It's, if God could heal one thing within your life and you would never have to struggle with it again, what would that be? And I've had multiple people, not just women, but men, respond with, I don't want to hate myself anymore. And I've realized that self-hate is an epidemic within our modern day world. I believe that it manifests itself different according to every individual. Sometimes it manifests itself through being extremely insecure, and other times it manifests itself through working really hard and pride. But all of it comes down to just the inability to really love at the core of who you are. And so there's all these things that we do to cope with that. So I believe that, loving ourselves is a high calling that Jesus gave us when he says, love your neighbor as yourself. Like, we cannot love our neighbor unless we love ourselves. And the standard that we're going to love ourselves is going to be the standard that we're going to love our neighbor. And, we can talk about self-love all day, but if we don't have the practical tools to live it out, like, we've got nothing. We can have a pretty self-love theology, but if we don't know how to put this into practice on a daily basis and start changing our thoughts and our behaviors and the things we do in the subconscious realm, then not much is going to change. So I want to kind of teach you guys a few proactive tools in regards to loving yourself. And the number one thing that I love, and I personally try to do it fairly often, is just looking in the mirror and saying specific things that though I could hate this about myself, and I probably in the flesh do, I'm going to choose to love this. So, certain things like, I know for women, like, they struggle with, loving their body or loving their hair or loving their eyes or whatever it is. So specifically looking in the mirror and being like, hey, I love your eyes. Your eyes are so beautiful. And speaking life over yourself where you've probably thought or even spoken out loud words that were not edifying or just filled with positivity. Like, essentially, they're words of quote unquote death. Scripture talks about, like, there's power of life and death in the tongue. And I believe that if we start looking in the mirror and looking ourselves dead in the eyes and saying, hey, I love your body, I love your hair, I love your personality, I love your sensitivity, all the things that you could not like about yourself, you choose to speak, I love you, and here's why. You are worthy of love. I believe that, simply speaking that to ourselves on a daily basis could change the way that we actually see ourselves. When you speak it out loud, there's something that registers in your brain in a way that it wouldn't register if you were just thinking it to yourself. And so speaking powerful, life-giving words over yourself can essentially change how you view and see yourself. And I really believe that this is God's heart. He wants his children to love themselves because he loves them. So why wouldn't we love ourselves? Because we are God's creation. I always like to say, loving yourself is the most humble approach that you can take, because loving yourself is essentially loving God, because we are his and we are his creation. It's an act of worship to love yourself. So I just want to bless you guys in that, to when you get off of this video, to go look in the mirror and speak life-giving words to yourself, and then follow it up just by saying, hey, I love you. You are worthy of love. And say your name out loud too. For me, Janae, you are worthy of love. Bless you guys.